Okay, we're literally on a slither of health. So... Oh, man, that's... Whatever. There's the video. If you liked it, you know, whatever. Peace. What is up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the Nether. This is going to be a Netherworld guide. Comprehensive Netherworld guide. So first let's talk about what the Nether is. The Netherworld is a dynamic world where you'll be able to fight monsters, collect gems, XP, and Nether crystals with 2 other players, no more than 2. Maximum of 3 people per Netherworld. To enter the Netherworld, you will have to get a red scroll from the shop. By double clicking it, you will consume the scroll and thus entering the world. Be careful with the traps and monsters though. There's also a chance that you will encounter the Nether vendor, a salesman that sells Nether related items for Nether stones or gems. To join the Netherworld, you have to use the red scrolls, which cost 150 gems each or 1,000 gems for all 10 of them. Now if you want to be teamed up with your friends, make sure you use a red portal. You can also find those in the shop as well, the Nether vendors. Whenever you kill a monster or collect treasure chests, you'll get a certain amount of gems for when you exit the Netherworld via the exit gate. To exit the Netherworld, you either have to die, result in losing all your collected gems and experience, or find the 4 keys and exit the gate, results in keeping all the gems and XP you've collected. Nether crystals can also be found in prize boxes scattered around the world. There's a maximum of 10, and I suggest getting all 10. Each box has 4 crystals, so 40 crystals per world. So let's find out where the Nether vendor is in Pixel Station. So you want to head on over there, and you want to walk right, and there you will find the Netherworld vendor, which you can buy scrolls from him, or you can get them in the item shop. He also sells a red portal, but if you don't have enough gems for those, just go to buy NC, which have red portals that you can use with your friends. So first let's talk about what you should have for the Netherworld. I personally have a good amount of armor. I have 41 armor, which is a very good amount, and that is going to predict on how much damage you take from all the monsters in the Netherworld. Also, you should always have wings entering the Netherworld. Now let's talk about weapons. I'm currently using the sickle because its crit chance is 20%, which is pretty fair, you know. 1 out of 5 hits should be a crit. Then there's my little build. That was a Discord. All those items do not have armor, but that is my build. If anyone's wondering how I get 41 armor, I have a wood elf mask, some armor, a shield. So let's talk about all the monsters that we have in the Nether. So the first monster I'm going to be talking about is a flame jumper. It has a total of 300 HP, and it takes 6 hits to kill it without a weapon, and it deals damage when it is touched, and its movement is side by side, and it only gives 1 gem when you kill it. These are very non-dangerous mob. You don't really have to worry about these killing you at all, really. So let's move on to the next monster. The next monster will be the Flame Flyer. They have 200 HP, 4 hits to kill them without a weapon, and deals damage when touched. Up and down movement, and drops 1 gem when you kill it. These are also a low priority mob. They're not a big issue. They won't do much damage, and you have more mobs to worry about. So let's go ahead and head on to the other. The next monster will be a Flame Charger. They have 350 HP, 7 hits to kill, and deals damage when touched. They are stationary but will charge you if you get in the line of sight for it. And they drop 3 gems. These are a little bit more dangerous than your other flame mobs. They do a good amount of damage, and they will charge you very quickly, so you Do not stand in front of them unless they've already charged as of maybe 2 seconds ago. The next monster will be Abyss Walkers. These are pretty much the tanks of the Nether. They have 360 HP, 18 hits to kill. That's a lot of hits. That's a lot of damage. And they deal damage when touched. They also charge and move side by side. They are not stationary like the flame chargers, but they do about the same damage, and they will charge you. They drop 6 gems. The next one is Robe Casters. 4 hits to kill, without a weapon of course, and they shoot projectiles at the player and deal damage when touched. Stationary and 12 gems. Personally, I think the ranged monsters are pretty much the most problematic, I guess that's the word, mobs that you have to deal with. So if you can, try to take out the ranged monsters before the melee monsters, because they're going to be getting in the way. Now the tentacle shooters are also ranged. They have 240 HP, 4 hits to kill, and they shoot projectiles and deal damage when they touched. They are stationary, and they only shoot one direction, and they drop 5 gems. These shoot very fast, so they can be a little bit of a problem, so you should probably rush them as soon as you get the chance. As soon as they take the first shot, just rush them. Or what I like to do is go behind them or hit them from below or above if you can. So the next monster is Staff Casters. They have 400 HP, 4 hits to kill, and they shoot 4 projectiles at once and deal damage when they are touched. They're stationary and give you 9 gems. These can be an issue depending on where you're at. What I like to do is I like to see where they're at, and see there's one over there, and you can see where it shoots. I just got hit by it, but you can see where they shoot, so you can kind of predict where they're going to be and get up close and kill them before they pop off again. So the next monster and the last monster is the Nether Wraths. They have 200 HP, 4 hits to kill without a weapon. Deals damage when they are touched, and they chase the player. They can move through blocks and they give you 7 gems. These are not a huge issue, but you do want to take them out first if they are on top of you, because they go through blocks, so you can't really escape them. You might as well just take them out. They don't do much damage, and they don't have many hit points. So that's all the monsters. Now let's talk about the Nether itself. There are a lot of traps that you're gonna have to run into. Flame traps, flame turrets, spike traps, lava, spike bombs, spikes, all that good stuff. So you want to be very careful. So for example, as you guys can see, I'm over here collecting a Nether chest. I do make some rookie mistakes, and I rage some parts in this video. This is pre-recorded, and I'm just having audio over it. So let's go over to here, and you see how I wait for the flame turret to shoot before I go in? That's what you should do. And this is one of the trickiest things about the Nether. You want to wait until the flame trap triggers and then jump up onto it, because you're not going to make the jump with a spike ball. And as you guys can tell, I'm waiting for the flame chargers to charge before I get up in their face. And here I wait for the flame trap to trigger, because flame traps and spike traps are insta-deaths, so you're not going to be walking out alive if you get hit by one of those. Now here is the tentacle shooter. You see how I went behind it? That's what you want to do, but if you can't, then either charge it like a maniac and try to kill it, or hit it from above or below. Same thing goes with mobs that charge you, because they will hit you unless you want to jump over them when they charge, which I just don't see the point. As you can tell, I'm pretty decent at the Nether. I have 40 kills and 8 out of 10 chests. One thing you need to know is that doing the Netherworld is all about speed. Also survivability, but also you need speed, right? Because you want to be as efficient as you can in getting those gems. So let's say you spend 10 minutes in a nether and you get 9 out of 10 chests. You shouldn't spend another 5 minutes just getting one chest when you could enter another nether and get those chests a lot quicker than getting that one chest. So it's a different story if you have 5 out of 10 chests. But yeah. Next thing is callouts. Callouts are appreciated and pretty important, I'd say. Like saying how many chests you have, 8 out of 10 as I did earlier, and if you find the gate, the exit portal, you should usually tell your team, hey, the portal is bottom right or bottom left or top left, according to the map, I guess you could say, or the spawn. So they have a general idea of where it is whenever they're done, and you don't keep them waiting. So it's always nice to give them a nice call out. As you can see, we're done, and me and this stranger finished the nether, and I got 366 gems with I think 40 nether crystals. So these are just random nethers that I'm entering. I haven't established a team, which is what I usually suggest because you want people that are also efficient. So maybe get some friends and go over to buy and see, enter another portal. All of you guys must have a red scroll to do that and get it going. It's a lot funner doing it with friends versus strangers. Now there's two things you can do with the nether crystals that are pretty common. That is either take them to the pixel market and sell them, I suggest, in stacks of 200. I usually sell 200 for about 700 bytes, roughly, but it just depends on what the market is selling them for, and I always try to go a little bit lower than everyone else, but not too low. A minimum of 500 bytes. Or, the second choice you can do is break the nether crystals, which I will break 40 just to show you guys how many gems I get from that. I have 1,364 gems right now. So let's go ahead and place those and break those. Also, what you can do with these is you can sell about 170 nether crystals per warlock, but I just like the byte system more than the warlock system. So I have the 40 nether crystals placed, and I have 1,300 gems. I believe I get around 400 gems from 40, I believe. I end up with 1,700 something, I believe. Yes, I end up with 1,700 gems. So you can either break them, sell them for warlocks, 170 per warlock. That is the price of the nether crystals during this video. Or you can break them for gems and use those gems to either broadcast or do whatever you want with them. In this clip I find a nether vendor, which are pretty common in netherworlds. You guys can see all what you can get for gems or nether stones. You get nether stones from deep nethers. To go down there. Come on, give us a legendary! Come on!